This is Actar's Reviews, from anime to figures and beyond. Hey, this is Actar and welcome to another Actar's Replica Reviews. I simply adore roleplay toys. Do you know why? It's because they can be enjoyed on two completely different levels. They are, first and foremost, roleplay toys. For a younger audience, they enable one to reenact scenes while pretending to be one's favorite Kamen Rider or magical girl. However, for an older audience, these roleplay toys become, more often than not, affordable and relatively accurate replicas. From the DX5's gear to Sakura's Clow book, they all work on two different levels. And on the subject of Card Captor Sakura, the item that we shall be taking a look at in today's review is none other than Sakura's sealing staff or Clow wand. Now, I bet you're wondering, why in the world do I have two? Well, while I'm not too familiar with the backstory, just like with all other Card Captor Sakura merchandise, there are two packaging variants. The more flowery one, the one on the left with the golden corners and Clow Sun, is the first release, released all the way back in 1999. The one with a more simplistic color scheme, the one on the right, is a 2004 re-release. Now, both of these ones are identical in form, but have a slight difference in terms of function, as you will see later. The packaging of the 1999 version is more fanciful with a more elaborate design. We have a small picture of Sakura alongside Kiro. It says here, Watashi wa Cardcaptor, which means I'm a card captor in traditional roleplay fare. It says here, Tsue o katamukeru to ikatte Sakura-chan no koe ga suru yo, meaning tilt the wand and it lights up and you'll hear Sakura-chan's voice. It says over here, release. And of course you can see the Cloud Magic Circle in the inside of the packaging. The two sides are more or less similar except for the screen captures. It also shows you the phrase that Sakura says. And on the back we have a large screenshot accompanied by instructions on how to change batteries and how to go about playing it. The text over here is the spell that Sakura uses to summon the sealing wand. And as for the 2004 packaging, we see the window is far smaller and the picture of Sakura far bigger. Pretty much the same text all around except for the addition of Sakura-chan to Ishoni release, meaning release together with Sakura-chan. On one side, a brief message from Sakura along with more screen caps. And on the side, a picture of the wand together with the spoken phrases that are included. This one actually has two, but more on that later. Finally, on the back, the exact same instructions, but the picture at the top has been changed. It's also worthy to note that this one says 90 degrees, while the previous one said 50 degrees. So here is the Clow wands out of package, and since they are pretty much the same in construction, we'll only be taking a look at one of them. This one is the 2004 version. The Clow wand is pretty heavy and is a good size. Of course, it's shorter than the actual Clow wand seen in the anime, but this tends to be the case for most roleplay toys. You know, size for kids and safety guidelines and the like, but nevertheless, it's a respectable size. Details wise, we have a lovely translucent red plastic where the red lights will shine later on. Love the shiny gold that's used here as well. The bottom tip of the wand also has that gold and translucent red plastic. Though there are no lights on the bottom, I think that the shade of pink that they use for the shaft of the wand is really spot on. Now, interesting fact about the design of these wings, the Bandai version is actually accurate in the sense that they are supposed to be connected at the back. The only physical difference between the two is the design of the battery cover. The 2004 version has a recessed screw, while the 1999 one doesn't. The shade of pink that they also use for the shaft is slightly darker on the 2004 version than the 1999 version. Not really sure how well that comes across on camera. Moving on, time for the main event, the lights and sounds. Here's where the two wands differ. Do note that these sealing staffs, like most other roleplay toys, take two AAA batteries. Flipping the switch to the on position, we are ready for action. Swinging the wand downwards will cause the lights and sounds to activate. First, the 2004 version. There are two phrases taken directly from the show, accompanied with sound effects and lights. We first have and following that, the two phrases will repeat over and over again. The lights achieve the desired effect and it lights up at the appropriate time. All in all, no complaints. The 1999 version, however, has only one phrase. Also, this one has a really nice flickering effect that the 2004 version does not. It's also interesting to note that the 1999 version is considerably louder. I'm not sure if it's due to the age or the design of the 1999 version, but the motion gimmick is rather finicky and harder to activate than the 2004 version. In conclusion, I think that these are brilliant toys that will appeal to both a younger and older audience. They are accurate as roleplay toys and replicas should be, have appropriate phrases, sound effects and lights, and have a fun, show-accurate and non-intrusive gimmick. Given a choice, I'd say I prefer the 2004 version as it has the all-important Nanchi no arubeki sugata ni modore Clow Card phrase, which is of course return to the guise you were meant to be in, Clow Card, or however you want to translate that. If I were to nitpick, I would say that the only thing that would have made this toy perfect would be the addition of more phrases. In particular, some of the card names like when Sakura is activating them or sealing them. But other than that, these Clow wands definitely belong in the hands of any Card Captor Sakura fan. Unfortunately, considering the age and popularity of Card Captor Sakura and these Clow wands, you'll have to track them down on auction sites. But be warned, just like the Clow and Sakura cards, bootlegs do exist. So, this is Zach saying, see you guys in the next episode.